Western here. I wanted to thank Tyler D for the suggestion to make this macro guide. If you guys have suggestions for another video you would like to see, please let me know in the comments. I definitely took macros for granted as I did not include them in my Hunter PvP guide, which you could watch here, but they are extremely useful and make your lives so much easier in WoW. In the world of Warcraft, a macro is a grouping of several slash commands that execute together when you click a button, meaning you are able to do multiple actions with one single button. Those slash commands could do a variety of things, from emoting to using an item and casting a spell. We'll go over how to make a new macro. You type in /macro, go to new, and for the name, I like using exclamation point to let me know that it's a macro on my hotbar, but you can name it whatever you want. Just be aware that the name shows up on the bar. For the icon, I leave it on question mark, and we'll go over why. But for this one, I am doing a specific one, so we'll put chicken. Type in /chicken, click save, and put it on your bar. And when you click it, you'll see that you start emoting as chicken. But if you also have the hotkey, you could just press that hotkey. You could chicken as many times as you find necessary. Hopefully it's not that many. In this guide, I'll go over macros for Hunter aspects, core abilities, melee abilities, traps, tracking, stings, Hunter pet, Hunter cooldowns, and utility spells. So first we'll go over the Hunter aspects, and the first one, the most important aspect of the Dragonhawk. And the first thing to note here is the ShowTillTip, which shows the ability as a tooltip, and which is why we have that question mark to show the first line in the macro, the first ability, which is aspect of the Dragonhawk here. Make sure that the ability is spelled correctly. Like any other line of code, it'll not work if it's not. And we have /cast, which casts an ability, in this case aspect of the Dragonhawk, and for the exclamation mark, we'll show you what it does without it. So without it, if you press the macro, it toggles aspect of the Dragonhawk on and off. I like the ability of spamming it just because it doesn't allow it to toggle off and makes it idiot proof for myself. And we have this for the rest of the aspects. Aspect of the cheetah, aspect of the viper, and aspect of the wild. And again, you could spam all of those with the exclamation point. So next, the core abilities, and we'll start off with aim shot. So here we have #ShowTillTip aim shot /pet attack, so it sends your pet when you're attacking the target, /cancel aura deterrence, and we'll go over deterrence right now. So #ShowTillTip deterrence, and I have /cast exclamation point deterrence, and a lot of people like using this version of it. So cancel aura deterrence, cast deterrence without that exclamation point. But what that does, it makes it so you have to press it twice to cancel deterrence, right? And the reason why I don't like that is because when you want to use deterrence, it usually is under high stress situations. And if you misclick for whatever reason, it has a chance of killing you. I like spamming deterrence just to make sure that it's on as fast as possible without turning it off. And the way that we turn it off is by using that /cancel aura deterrence line in our macros. For example, in our aim shot, with one click of a button, we're attacking and getting rid of deterrence at the same time. You'll see that we use this for a bunch of high priority spells. We also have /cast exclamation point auto shot, which toggles auto shot on, make sure that we're always using that auto shot, and also /cast kill command, which is off the global cooldown. So you'll see both that auto shot and kill command on multiple abilities. Next, kill shot. We got #ShowTillTip, cancel aura, kill shot, auto shot, kill command. Multi-shot, same thing. cast multi-shot, auto shot, kill command. Hunter's Mark. This one will come with a warning. I have ShowTillTip cast Hunter's Mark / pet attack / cast auto shot. And this is because I use this one for PvP. But just make sure that when you're in raids or in a dungeon, you're aware that the auto shot will go off. So when you're putting on the Hunter's Mark, that you're moving while you're doing it, and also be aware of your pet that may be going in. And if all of that's too much, definitely just use the simple Hunter's Mark from the ability book. So Arcane Shot, we got cast Arcane Shot, auto shot, kill command, steady shot, auto shot, kill command. For our melee abilities, we'll start with Wing Clip. We have Mouse Over, which we'll go over, cast Raptor Strike, start attack. And for Raptor Strike, we have cast Raptor Strike, Mongoose Bite, Wing Clip, start attack, pet attack. And for Disengage, we also have that. And the reason why is when you want to be using Disengage is because you want to get away from people. So if you could have that slow on enemies, it makes it very helpful, all with one button. Next, for traps, Immolation, we don't have much. For Freezing Arrow, we have Pet Passive, Pet Follow, cast Freezing Arrow. And what this does is if our pet is going to attack an enemy, it calls it back to us and also uses that Freezing Arrow. That way our pet doesn't attack it and freezing the enemy. For tracking, we'll go over improved tracking real quick. It doesn't matter which mob you're tracking to get that 5%. If you're tracking one, it gives you the 5% increased damage for all of them. This is why we have a simple macro for tracking. #ShowTillTip, cast sequence, track hidden, track humanoids. And the reason why you want hidden is because it allows you to see stealth players and mobs a lot easier, and track humanoids so you could see the humanoids on your minimap. And cast sequence makes it so when you press it the first time, it puts hidden. When you press it again, it shows humanoids. And if you're in the city, you could just have it on hidden. And for BGs and out of the world, humanoids would be fine. Next, we'll go over the Hunter Stings, and we'll start off with Serpent Sting. So for this one, we'll go more in depth into that mouse over macro. We have ShowTillTip Serpent Sting, cast mouse over Serpent Sting, cast auto shot, cast kill command. So what this does is when you're hovering over an enemy and not targeting it, if you switch from the pointer to the sword and click the macro, it casts Serpent Sting. Right, we'll do that again. So hovering, press the macro, and it casts the Serpent Sting. And this is very useful in BGs and arenas. So let's say if you have someone targeted, you could hover over someone else and you cast that ability. Again, you target someone, hover over someone else, and cast the macro. And we have this both for Viper Sting and also for Scorpion Sting. And now for the pet macro, we have / cast at pet dead, revive pet, no pet, call pet, mend pet. How this reads is it does the first in order from left to right. So if your pet's dead, it revives it. If you don't have your pet, it calls it. And if your pet's out, it mends pet. So if we dismiss pet, you'll see if we press the macro, it calls our pet. And this saves you so many abilities on your bar. And your pet has a ton of abilities, especially in PvP. And for the crab, we have Pin, Roar of Sacrifice, Intervene, and also Master's Call. For Master's Call, we have ShowTillTip, cast mouse over Master's Call, cast at player Master's Call. And the way this works, if you're hovering over a friendly target, it removes the slows from them. But if you have no one targeted, it casts right on you to get rid of your slows. So let's say you're fighting a DK, you just press that macro and it gives you that freedom. We have the same thing for intervene. What intervene does is your pet intercepts the next melee or ranged attack against that player. Again, we have the mouse over at friendly target or on yourself if you have no one targeted. And a cool way to use intervene is if your pet's getting attacked, you could press intervene and it comes right at you. So it's just another escape. And we have the same thing for Roar of Sacrifice, probably your pet's most important spell in PvP, which prevents critical strike attacks for a period of time. And that's cast mouse over, Roar of Sacrifice, cast at player, Roar of Sacrifice. And for your Hunter cooldown ability, we have Rapid Fire, and because these are all off the global cooldown, this actually saves you a ton of time and will increase your DPS. So we have Cast Rabid, Rapid Fire, Call of the Wild, use Combat 13, which is your trinket. So if you have that's your first trinket slot. If you have another trinket slot, you could use 14 as well. Use your potion speed and also Kill Command. For Misdirection, this is actually a very useful one as well. And what this does, it makes it so your Misdirection is used on your focus target. And if not, it automatically uses that Misdirection on your pet. That way, with just a single button, you don't have to be targeting anything. It's just all automatic for you. For Scare Beast, we have ShowTillTip, cast mouse over Scare Beast. And this is very useful for shamans and druids in form, as well as hunter pets. And with just the mouse over, you Scare Beast. For Flair, this is a new macro. We have ShowTillTip, cast at cursor Flair. So what this does, if you don't have it, if you just use Flair regularly, you have that big circle. But with this macro, it casts Flair on your cursor. So it just makes it a quicker setup. For Trink Shot, we have ShowTillTip, cancel aura deterrence, cast mouse over Trink Shot. And the reason why we have cancel aura is because Trink Shot is a high priority. If someone has a bubble, we want that off ASAP. And for the last spells, I'll start off with the focus macro that I have. It's a mouse over, so you hover over an enemy and press the macro and it focuses it for you. And you could also hover over a nameplate, so for arenas, that's also very useful. And for Scattershot, we have stop casting, cancel aura deterrence because it's high priority, / use mod control at focus, at mouse over Scattershot. And the way this works is if I have someone targeted and have someone focused and press control, it first reads as the control takes priority over the mouse over and my target. But if I have no one focused and no mouse over, then it just attacks my target. So in this case, we'll go attacking the focus target. We'll press control and press that macro. And it kills the target because scattered deals a little bit of damage. And we have the same thing for the Trink Shot. So here we'll do a mouse over. So we have someone targeted, we have someone mouse over, pressing that macro. So silent shots the mouse over. That's it for the guide, and for a special treat of making it this far, if you join my Discord below, you will find all the macros in this video. I'm also nearing 200 subscribers, and to celebrate, I will give away 2 WoW tokens when I reach 250 subscribers. To enter that giveaway, you must be a subscriber to this YouTube channel and comment below. You can give a suggestion for a next video, or just type Wrath of the Lich King giveaway. The winners will be announced in a video once I hit that 250 mark, so be on the lookout for that.